Tracking, hard to track, doesn't quite find the lethality. There's a second man here though, oh no! Sicko gets empty-handed, and they're already, oh my god, another's here! Element of surprise on ins, needs another. Big Uzera's too quick on the Glock, and this one, they were in the right place, but couldn't put their crosshair in the same place.
Yeah, that's really awkward for Grayhound. They had to fight, right? Like, yeah, with the setup they had, that involved trying to play the crossfires, trying to set up the bait and switches, but it failed spectacularly, really. Over in the vent, Vexite with the dual Berettas, but he's getting wrapped. A man drops in behind him. Nekiz is now confirmed. Oh, the bomb's here. Yeah. They've all started to go up to A. Thank goodness that Alistair shows a bit of mercy there. And now they're going back into B. Oh, this is an interesting pistol round here. Zevy takes the bomb into the A site. Alistair's getting wrapped through the lobby. This should come to a close. Dude, what's happening? Right, there we go. Finally, someone just decides, enough is enough, guys. It's one guy. Let's just go kill him.
No armor. I mean, it does just feel extra salty for Alistair when you are just like, just kill me, guys. Like, you've had like 12 opportunities. I want to go into the next round.
Hey there, paiN get their first T round of this series.
Wow, that's a wild thought, isn't it? Yeah.
Lucy, you are bang on with that one. That's it's a cruel truth. And you can see that flank was a big one onto Vexite just to really seal the deal. paiN up with an advantage into our second round. Inns has pulled out the scout, see if Big Uzera can get picked apart. They actually are throwing out 2 smokes towards the yard, a third added to the mix, and a safe passage for Big Uzera. Now, we've seen paiN's Nuke before here at Pro League, and one component that was really working well for them was Big Uzera's secret lurks. He would get himself down there, and once he's across, it becomes problematic. He can be the unknown entity, force a CT rotation. Not as of yet, though.
Yeah, Idens has been good. He just... Oh! Full blind, but Big Uzera's out of the round now.
He's been good, absolutely. Sicko wants to have a bite. He had a great game before. Can he repeat it here? Oh, Inns is going to go down. Peeks on through. Sicko forced on back. Odds looking for the fight. Is going to get tagged by that Deagle. Sicko has to run on back. Reinforcements are coming. Feels like he needs to take the fight, but can't connect the Deagle just yet. Vexite comes on through with the 5-7, but only good for one. And now Leo's down in towards single, spamming on through. Can't quite connect. Leo's is forced back, and Alistair is smoked off.
Yeah, this is problematic for these Deagles now. You'd have loved just one more from Vexite, all players life, but instead these two partnered up behind the smoke. The sprays are very close, but there's a little bit of grounds for debate if we get a clean one. Oh. Liaz posts it. Yes, indeed, Harry. One man and one very quick solve. Double from Skullz. Lovely to close. And yeah, Grayhound's force empty-handed.
Dude, that was on a knife's edge. What a transfer from Skullz to lay that to rest. That had some serious legs on it for Grayhound, right? They took that man advantage. Sure, these ramp fights were a little ugly, but they were kind of trading. They got put on the back foot, right? So every trade they were getting was still leaving them a man down. But they do well turning it into that 2-on-2. Skullz was there, and thank goodness he was to stop that one getting any weirder. Now it should be a free round for paiN. Just the pistols, and even though they found one, that's the end of the line. They're mowed down, they get out with a second before all is said and done. And so really, you know, you'll take that level of damage on a full eco.
Yeah, no complaints. Lucy, I think that we might have a game here. That third map might be required. I know I'm calling it early. I'm just saying.
I like it.
I hate it.
I'm sure you do. But there is definitely grounds for this one. I just don't know. I mean, we haven't seen the best of Zevy over the last 2 days, and he is incredible. Like, he seems like a real talent when he is on his A game, but he has felt a little bit... He's been hamstrung or struggling to play his own game in these last 2 days of play. I was taking a look at his stats. I'll bring them up, but keep going, Harry.
Yeah, you know, he kind of like came in looking real flashy, but I agree, right? It feels like it's been a little more hit and miss as time's gone on. Still, he's someone that you have to highlight, that you've got to keep an eye on. So we'll keep up with him throughout this. Outside smokes go in, but Sicko, he's watching for a main wrap right now. Looks like they intend to use these smokes to cross in a secret. This isn't giving the vibe of this being a ruse. I like the double molly into the top of secret. It's given paiN this awkward decision. It's like, yeah, you're going to cross as these smokes are starting to dissipate, so they just barely get down. Not spotted, though. Grayhound don't know numbers yet.
4 down here. Inns is going to make his way through. Alistair's still at ramp with the AWP, and actually Inns falls on back. Doesn't want to commit down lower. That is where paiN are heading. 4 here. 1 holding in lobby.
No one's down. Setup. No one is down. I mean, they're coming in.
Okay, Alistair arrives.
Now, responsible for the doors, blown off. He will have a sight line on that descent. Should they hug that left wall. Inns to support. Could work towards the window. As it looks like. Full lower control about to be sprung open. The vent not broken. And that avenue not going to be available to them. Nice off angle here from Inns. Oh, we can do a lot with this. He certainly can. Zevy eats dirt. Good chip damage. Oh, Inns miraculous onto the second. And Skullz has lost his life too. Alistair, he was ready, but
he didn't need to do that.
No.
That's a bit of a bold move, really. It's left him in a weird place now. Hardsow was able to get out of the sight. Alistair tried to put a stop to the round before it was over. Hardsow wins another, and he's locked it down from Decon. A 2v4 for paiN about to come through, unless Vexite can uproot it. Doesn't know where both players are, and Big Azera locks it in. Him and Hardsow win that one against insurmountable odds, and that's in spite of how Inns opens the round. That one is going to hurt if you're Grayhound.
I loved that from Inns. It was great. Alistair, though, he is going to be kicking himself internally. Just knows that that was their round to lose. Inns, look at the fact he gets chip damage through the smoke and then finally gets shut down. He did like 2.5 frags. Great work from Hardsow, admittedly, towards that decon. Big Azera was never going to lose that duel. And paiN do take a 4th. Grayhound, they can't let that get to them. This one will hurt. A quick top take up against the lighter pie. And yeah, 1 back. Vexite and Liaz doing something with these little guns. But they're so dug in. Nice chip damage on the nade, but we need lethality here. And there's a chance, and it's gone. A scout whistles past the ear of Nekiz, and only Sicko going for a tour of Cedar Creek.
Doesn't even really have anything to save either. At this point, maybe just wrap around and try and catch one of these players. Nekiz in particular, get that AK, take it over into the next round. Oh dear.
Dude, I just can't get over how they lost that round prior. That's one where, like, I think... Hang on a sec. He's about to get a gun. That's nice. That's nice for Sicko. He'll take that. They will try and deal with him, but he should get out just fine. He's let them come through the smoke, and they're up on the roof. They really want to stop this save of the AK, and yeah, they will run him down. So they deny the AK save. But yeah, man, the way that 4v2 fell apart, I feel bad for Alistair. It felt like maybe a bit of a misread on who was planting, the room that was taken. He should have been cognizant that there was a second player who made it by. That was the one that Inns actually did a bit of damage to.
He was also there at the start of the fight. He was on the left side of ramp, peeking on through while Inns was taking contact, but then fell back.
It's like the reason why it feels like such a huge misplay is that he had Hardsow trapped at the back of the site, right? Like, that's a huge thing to do, to just have someone boxed in where they can't get out. You only have 1 loose player to worry about. That was so winnable, and Grayhound will know that. They know that that was a huge misplay. They've brought out the double AWP now between Sicko and Alistair. They're both dotting one, but it's another one of these A attacks for paiN. Moving in quickly, Vexite on top of the hut. Liaz full blind, and Vexite can't control the spray.
Still doable if Inns can find Skullz. Through the smoke, does get the immediate trade. Zevy good for the 4th frag in this game.
You've got to save.
You do have to, especially with the double AWP. A double AWP retake, just not feasible and not financially viable. And so, yeah, this 6th round, it feels like it's been quite quick. You know, it's one of those ones where Grayhound kind of like snap back to reality and go, oh, wait, we're in a 6-round hole. It does lead to what could be quite a brutal wake-up call. I mean, this is paiN Gaming's pick for a reason, and I know Grayhound's nukes haven't been too fantastic. It was Harry, you actually dropped that knowledge bomb that the last time we saw Grayhound successful against a non-Australian opposition on Nuke was when they were Renegades.
Was paiN when they were Renegades, and this was all the way back in like the, I think it was Antwerp, if I remember right, when I did my research a while ago now, but yeah, you know. Point is, it was a long while ago.
Yes.
Yeah, paiN actually won the last time these guys played as well. That was that ESL Challenger Melbourne, which paiN ended up winning. But that round I really like from paiN because I think that's something they maybe noticed, you know, later in that Inferno game was Grayhound liked to run the double AWP and it was successful for them. So it makes sense that potentially it could come out. You go for a fast A hit, there's no one going to be there with the 8OP unless they're going for like a hot peak or something like that. And even then, you've got the utility to deal with it. So it's a good response to that eventuality.
Looking for 7. trotting into the default. Spam from Ins, empty-handed. Zevy with the counter return of it as his own. And not a single point of damage really inflicted. Neck has just had a little scrape on his knee. Some players are just so proficient at this squeaky door position, Harry. You ever been a squeaky boy?
I like squeaky door. Yeah, I used to be a main player, outside player now by trade.
Yeah.
But you learn a lot about this door. The good timings to swing it on, the wall bangs that are possible through that vent.
The pre-aims, it's crazy.
There's a lot that you can accomplish doing. And this might sound bad, but like little work in a way, right? Like just knowing the lineups, knowing the timings, knowing the pre-fires. Like you can, if you put someone who's like capable of all of that as like your doorman, especially like T side, there's a good deal you can get away with. Some players, for example, are great at like sneaking down the vent at the start of rounds, and that just disrupts so much. It feels like that might even be a bit of a ruse that Skullz is trying to sell. This illusion that, yeah, we're going to try and drop, but that's not the case.
Oh, this is so brutal. The door's open for him as well. Big Azera straight through the window. They've got everything they want and more. Oh, damage onto Sicko. Lucky to be alive. And now Vexite will aggress straight into Skullz as he impressed with another opening.
They get all that ground
He's
for
dead.
free. In solo HP, and he's caught out. Big Azera just walks on in. In's caught sleeping, bomb planted, and they're trying to get out. They might not even be able to do that. Skullz probably not going to go for the hunt just with the low HP, but this is another brutal round for Grayhound, where it never really felt like they had an opportunity to even get anything done. Sicko's fighting his way out, and okay, Skullz will go down, so they get a couple at the tail end, but the initiative was entirely with paiN that entire round, except for Vexite's peek in the hut, where he got killed immediately.
Yeah, so let's kind of talk about, you know, the double AWP right now for Grayhound. I think it's problematic in my eyes because, you know, everything is a trade-off in this game. I don't think there's like one decision that's just better than the other.
Yeah.
But the double AWP, couple of things that it lets you do, right, is you have an AWP for ramp. You have an AWP for outside. Great. You can essentially leave those positions down to just one man. So in theory, you should have that much more resources to dedicate to the A-hold. But as we saw, paiN's first successful round up against the double AWP was the A hit. What does that mean in a retake? Well, it means you're saving, really, no matter the odds. You have two AWPs, which is so far from ideal. They actually moved off of the double AWP. That's what you were trying to point out, right? So Alistair trades it out. Part of me was even wondering if it was intentional, because at the start of the round when they bought the double AWP, they were like firing it in spawn, almost like, man, I don't want this. Like, you know, it's kind of weird because it meant that like retaking was hard, and the fact that they have double AWPs and they didn't even know that paiN made it lower in that round, that's concerning. That's a problem in and of itself.
The juxtaposition as well for Grayhound coming in from an untouched CT side to close out Inferno. They did go on like an 8-round run. Well, now they find themselves conceding the same back. paiN Gaming have gone for the complete perfect start. Pistol and then 6 rounds just on the trot. Grayhound starting to forget what victory on this defense feels like. Pace is the name of the game. In's got a lot of bodies ahead of him and quick spray, good flashes. Hardzau's in. In's 1-1 back, bomb on the floor courtesy of Liaz, and it's a good aggression towards the lobby as well. Big Azera's just gonna have to give it up. Concedes control, and a 3-on-3 as Sicko will have to try and retake.
They have to go for the retake. They need these rounds. Alistair's coming up through the vents, finds the timing, sneaks up through with the flick. Alistair puts the advantage back, and look how low these two remaining Ts are. Repositioned, he's walked towards hut, locked it out. His teammates now can make their way through, but Hardzau wants to get ahead of it. Catches Alistair from behind, back into the 2v2. Zevy playing around this smoke, and out of heaven come both CTs. The bomb planted in this corner. Sicko catches one. All now onto Hardzau. The recovered AWP, no chance, and Ins gets Grayhound there first.
You can see that just determination on the face there. Alistair wants more of that. 1 in the bank, 7 more up for debate.
Yeah, I do like, you know, Alistair within this team, man. I'm a big fan of him. You know, we've like, whenever I do content, I feel like he's one of the guys that gets sent, and with good reason. He has a very good head on his shoulders when it comes to this game. What's required of him? What's required from the team? He knows that, you know, the mental game is such a huge proponent of Counter-Strike, and so you see him always making an effort to you know, like
unite the force,
keep the guys like happy and in check, right, and in line, make sure everyone's feeling confident. And you know, it can take a lot out of you. He does all this while he's AWPing as well. This round, he set himself up over towards Secret, trying to get a bit of a handle on some of these outside lurks that paiN have gone for, expecting something a little different here, maybe. What with that A play falling on deaf ears. So this is a nice position for that AWP. Does run the risk of getting caught by Zevy, who sat up on top of Silo waiting for his swing. So it becomes a question of how far does Alistair go? Right now, he's just making sure that no one's crossing. But now that these smokes are going to come out, there's a bit more of an onus on him to take a fight here.
Vexite's repositioned into the hut once that molly fades as well, so in a good position to catch out if they do go for this for Secret, and Alistair starts to come on through in the perfect position. Flames over the top. He's going to force him back. Doesn't want to overextend here. Sits on behind it.
They're all going left side.
Here the push. He's getting up onto the silo. Oh no! Fumbles the jump, but not hurt. No, he was. Okay, the sound cue. Unfortunate, but still Alistair and Liaz find one in the chaos. The bomb out in the open.
Yeah, it's going to be retrieved without too much of a problem, but Sicko will be controlling any descent down towards Secret. In's responsible for main. It's Heaven that's the biggest threat right now, and it's quite quick. Again, Biguzera's caught a good one here. Sicko, free frag onto Zevy, builds upon it. Nexus down, and it's Liaz to convert the second. Grayhound, that's 2 consecutive. They're going to start whittling away at those paiN gaming coffers, but it will be another buy up next.
Gone back to the double up as well.
Yeah, right. They've gone right back in with it.
Tough one as well. If Vexite had lost the round off the back of that as well, he had a power position, the fumble with the step. I don't think we'd have had half as many people looking.
You know, that one hurts so much more because it's like, that's not like a misplay that you see every day at the pro level, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like messing up the jump to Silo. It certainly can happen. It did happen there, right? But it hurts you. Little mistakes like that. These are like the tiny drop-offs that at home, even if you're like some face at level 10, you're thinking, man, I'm pretty good. Like, you can probably get away with messing that up a couple of times, but not here.
Just gets up on Silo and there's 2 dudes just staring at him. Like,
yeah, right, because, you know, if you're Vexite, like, there's that big part of you that recognizes, like, all the room that you have, and you're like, no, I'm here so fast that even though I'm making noise, so much is happening, there's no way that they've discerned that, like, that one piece of info. But they have. They figure him out, and he's locked out of that round. So, thankfully, the rest of the gang were there to put it on the board.
Wow, the Skullz AK-47.
Okay,
Thank you very much. I think the armored Glock would have been a step too far. Alistair could be a dead man on this next jiggle. Ooh, Zevy's posted. Alistair will concede. And they're hitting topside as well. Like, Liaz already takes down Skullz. Vexite to float back down. Good smoke. Chip damage as well.
I like that he just feigned the vent drop, right? He's trying to give this illusion that, yeah, okay, you know, we're paranoid. We know that you have someone passed outside, and so I've dropped ahead of that. Biguzera will be able to confirm that actually no one's down here. He'll take a few extra seconds here, just checking decon, going back, likely going to have a bit of a probe over towards double. And if he gets that info that no one's here, they might look to capitalize on this, maybe by splitting ramp. That seems to be the decision. They're going to try set Zevy up with the boost.
Safe from it.
There it is, Sicko holding, just walks on out. That wasn't even the boost, potentially a bait, but look at that HE, does so much damage. And Sicko is just playing around, baits out the shot. Biguzera's waiting to smash the glass, but his teammates have fallen at the first hurdle. But now he actually forces his way through, catches Sicko, but Inz is here, up close behind the smoke. Zevy just sitting behind it, and another one into his face, swings on through, hits the quick shot. Now Biguzera's causing problems, but Alistair's here to solve them.
Yeah, let's see what you got, Zevy. Doesn't really have the health. And with 25 seconds left, he's got a pretty near impossible round ahead of him. Don't forget, the AWP would have high value. If you have the opportunity to bring it through to the next, you can see he's trying to stay dynamic, trying to stay nimble, knows that a plant's unlikely. And the AWP more valuable. So, looks like he's going to get away with this one. Take it through to the next, but Grayhound do take a third.
And good moves from Grayhound there. Just in terms of their positioning, they knew a player was down there. They get Inz over towards ramp to get up close. The Sicko has less pressure, and even though Sicko goes down, Inz is completely unaccounted for. It's well handled.
Yeah, that was really nice. Everything about that round for Grayhound. From the fake vent drop, that was like where it started to get really like you know, like the devil in the details for it, right? They feign that lower drop. They're trying to force paiN's hand into an unfavorable upper play. And then when they don't get given that, they piece together, well, the only point of access to actually meet up with their B player is ramp. And so Grayhound went and reinforced it. That was a very well-called round and a great return to form here as they've now found 3 in a row. Considering this started 7-0 down for paiN, I was kind of worried we had like a bit of a steamrolling on our hands. So it's nice that they're coming up with these solutions. This round, INS waiting for this cross. They know that Bigazera likes to try get into secret, and so they've locked him out of the round early.
Yeah, Liaz should have her on lock if Zevy just passes past that line in the sand. He's got the perfect Z-axis for the fight. Alistair responsible for Squeak. And I mean, it's unlikely, but I can see what Zevy's waiting for. Just a CT crossing back towards the side. Nekiz is getting a lot of ground for free here on that yard hold. And so, I mean, there is a universe here where Sicko's not ready for it. He's looking. He is looking. And getting run at. Oh, the only person he finds is the weapon. Down goes the armored Zevy. Weapons recovered. Aim punch a priority. Just want to get that first bullet connecting. And it's going to be very hard for paiN to do anything more with this. Timing on the door swing. Good from INS, and he builds a round out of it. Hardzao reveals the AWP has fallen into his hands, but with 3 to 5 and 30 seconds, I think he's just going to once again give it a shake.
I mean, it's weird because, like, if it weren't for the timer, I think he'd be way more keen to give this a go. With one man still towards upper, this isn't a crazy one to envision. 10 seconds, though. Time is the problem. Tap on the bomb. He hunts, and it's just the leg onto Liaz. They will put a stop to it. They deny that attempt at the 1v2, and the double AWP bought out again for Grayhound rivalry.
I gotta wonder why he goes for that. Even with the time consideration, even if he had like a minute there, I mean, he's got no armor. He's just got this AWP, and they can't get one out on the T side here. He had 2k left, so he could have still bought around. Obviously, Zevy is the one you want to have your hands on that, but he can drop that Mach 10 over or whatever. I don't know about that trade-off. It was a cool attempt. If maybe the leg had hit onto the body and he got another kill, it's worth it. But alas, not to be.
Quick again. This time, Bigazera cut down to size early. And INS is just going to go pushing through the smoke. They have an advantage. Sorry, they had an advantage. INS just charging through. Vexite's going to let people down towards the double doors. He's going to hope to be a little bit of an unknown component, an unknown entity. Swings open the door upon the utility. And big duel. Diaz and Vexite connect. This is Grayhound really finding form. A double out of Vexite. Puts the bomb on the floor, and Skullz, yeah, he's really up the creek without the paddle. Still in lobby. Sicko to hold. And up to T-Roof. So, we can talk about anything we want.
Dude, So something in that round that confused me was that Liaz got a flash assist on INS pushing through B ramp. But
he
Liaz
threw it from ramp, I think.
So he threw it from like deep ramp and then went all the way down. I like that. I really like that because in the kill feed, what that does is it tells you that there's actually a second ramp man there, but Liaz was never there. He like left as soon as he threw the flashbang. They sacrificed INS. They didn't really mind. They recognized that paiN were using those outside smokes. And so like you get this idea that, okay, ramp probably has a bit of a stack going into it, so you feel freer to move into B with the guys down secret, and they end up going into a crossfire between Liaz and I think it was Vexite alongside him down on that lower side of the map, right? They had no idea Liaz was there. As far as they're concerned, he should be ramp, he should be fighting them from that angle. Instead, he was up on the Xantares spot, right? So just kind of a cool way of like manipulating the kill feed. Whether or not it was intentional, I don't know, but it ended up being like super smart.
What are you chuckling about?
I was going to say, well, no, the bit's gone. I was going to say, man, if Valve, if you don't release Source 2, we're not going to let this terrorist out.
Just keep him in the cage.
The bit was gone.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you filling me in.
So we have kind of an awkward buy, we'll call it, right? You've thrown all your money in. You've put everything on the line. You've left a little bit extra in some of these accounts.
Got max loss, makes sense.
Yeah, so
still the most threatening round you can.
Still looking to come in with the investment in the next. So a bomb plant here would be great. That would give them enough money to have a complete buy in the next with no limitations. Right now, Skullz will be a little screwed. So They're hoping they can find a way in, but they're getting shut out of this. Vexite! Wow! Head on a swivel! And he's locked them out of the A play.
Dude, Liaz and Vexite, these guys have just been absolutely firing off this entire event for this squad. I mean, yesterday, the two of them were the big reason they won against NIP. And, I mean, these last 2 rounds, it's just been those two doing all of the work. Exactly what you want to see. They're the two sort of superstars of this squad. And this was against the half-buy, but I mean, there's still weapons in here. That AK got out very deep, but Vexite is there just to save Liaz, allow him to play distraction, and Vexite can just clean up.
Wow, very, very well played. This is Grayhound just returning the favor. It was 7 in a row, and now 6 in response. Grayhound looking to equalize in our next round of counter. 95 seconds. What do you got for us? CSGO has been such a consistent ramp hold. Like this double AWP, it does free them up to have Alistair doing this. The constant exploitation of these wall smokes, which haven't been thrown, worth noting. I say that as it looks like Zevy might be, heading over to do so. Biguzera with 1. Zevy and Nekis with 2 and 3. And there is going to be Biguzera having a go. So Alistair will be tested, but it's where the main body of the assault is going. We want to keep tabs on as well. Here's his chance. Biguzera, how well trained is his flight path?
Ooh, Alistair falls on back. Biguzera walking on, looking for that angle as well. Furfnorpa was holding on that corner. Definitely aware of it, but Alistair should be in the advantage here if he does push any further. With the smoke's fading and Alistair in that position, the rest of Grayhound don't have to budge.
Yeah, CSGO once again going to be tested. He feels like he's always got 1. This time, the exception. Misses the first. Good find. Full flash. Ins to provide support. The AWPer needs him. CSGO's been brought very low here, Harry. He is in trouble.
Yeah, CSGO, it might just be a case of like, yeah, try live. It's great if you do, and he will get out with the kill. Ready for Skullz. I have no idea, man. That's a sick shot from CSGO, but here's the reply. Vexite back in main, back at it again! This time with 3!
Jesus, Vexite, he had 6 frags 2 rounds ago. He's up to 12. The dude has just been on a roll.
This is wild. So we had 7 in a row for paiN to open up this map. It started to feel like the good times of Grayhound were coming to an end, but now they've suddenly resurged. They're back in form. They've tied us up, yeah. And dude, like, look at some of this. Like, Vexite, when he is in his element, does look so clean. Like, genuinely, I don't know. It's kind of...
It was the fact he didn't even touch his keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
just
lovely.
Runs straight down, trying to vent dive, and they are cleaned up. Inch just spams on through. They're caught in the flames, stuck on the vents. The bomb out in the open. This one is crumbling. Can basically lock it in at this point if I'm concerned.
Wow, an 8-7 half. Who'd have thunk it? We don't see those every day.
Yeah, it's a bit of a reoccurring one, isn't
it? Well, we get to talk about the incredible stomping start the team has, 7 in a row. Now with an 8-round response.
You get this scoreline often, but you don't normally get it like this, right? Like this is the 8-7 at its extreme, you know?
No
like,
interruptions.
Yeah.
No interruptions on either of the runs. I mean, 8 in a row, it is a larger number than 7 in a row, and that's what I wanted to say.
So true. So true. This is what happens when you get 3 people that are play-by-play casters. No brains in here. Just trying to...
Hold on. Speak for yourself, okay?
Hards out. Dead man.
That's a kill. But an AWP with 1 bullet, and an AWP is the strongest gun. It's the most expensive gun. And with that, he kills him with 1 bullet.
5 bullets in the mag. That's a new thing. And there we go. 8 rounds on the half for Grayhound rivalry.
Guys.
Can they pick it up? Find out in a moment.
There was doubt. Well, from a couple of us here at the casting desk, as paiN surged to a 7-0 lead on the second map of this series. It's for playoffs. It is that cut and dry. Group C, lower bracket final. We've got paiN versus Grayhound, and in an 8-round run. 8 rounds from the Aussies. They found their voice, they found their AWPs, and they found their frags. Leaves us in a position, Lucy, where you could be doing a shoey in just 8 rounds' time.
Hey, I welcome it, but you know, the momentum is hot for Grayhound. Pistol on the T side, all of a sudden, the spice rack is spinning, courtesy of Conky for that little line. As we jump into things, Grayhound, I know there's a lot of people watching at home at 3 a.m. in Australia that want to see this success come through. The odds are in their favor.
Ooh, they've changed. And yeah, for all the Aussies watching at home, I'm sure they're just willing Grayhound to do it in 2. So the gamer hours
can be there.
Subside. Yeah, exactly. Big Uzera had a chance on one of the T's, just not clearing. And that's an even better start. Zevy, a single click, puts Sicko down and out. Molly down the vents. They want this top site. Alistair's found one on his Glock and does upgrade to the USP for that jiggle fight on towards heaven. 3v4. Down the vents they go. Do park one towards the squeaky door.
They know he's there. He was spotted taking the fight. Skullz looking for a fight of his own. Liaz did go down as well, so the bomb will be planted. Alistair trying to get on out, does manage to escape, and even Vexite extracting himself, looking for the fight, but it's all under Alistair, and Big Azera with the dualies gets it done.
They would have loved the pistol. I mean, let me give you some analysis. They would have really liked to have won the pistol, Grayhound Gaming.
Yes, that's good to do, is win the pistol.
Yeah, they would have liked that because it would have given them another round. And you need 16 of those to win.
You do.
Yeah.
That is the winning amount,
That
I've
is
heard.
That's what I've been hearing. And that's my analysis. Zevy did hit a cracking headshot here, and it was tough on the third fire. Bang. And yeah, Big Uzera was very ready for Liaz. The rest is falling apart. I understand them both just trying to get towards this office side, try and take some of those duels together in unison, but it just did not work out. We are going to be seeing a force buy in response. Alistair keeping it conservative in pursuit of an AWP. There is a lot of utility for this T side, and they're heading towards the yard side. So Zevy, with that M4, might get hot and heavy. Bomb's going elsewhere, though. This is interesting. So they're going to want to show presence and hope that it's enough to just pull some of these CTs away.
They nade stacked the silo on A. They did the lineup from T roof here, and that found a lot of damage onto Hardzao. It's actually softened him up quite nicely. I'm guessing they want to try and wrap through main. They don't have the util to outside exec. They're missing some of the smokes. So I'm guessing you're going to try and use this maybe in like garage and close main to help you cross.
I mean, you know there's no AWP. You could just take fights.
It's uncomfortable. CTs are in good positions as well. 2 rifles outside.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
Big
an
Azera.
angle.
That is... I don't think he spotted anything.
Harry's taking notes.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much could you see from up there.
That's the outside player.
He's got the one-way as well. This is the old glaive. Up and over. Filthy. Absolutely gruesome. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. There's no counterplay for Vexite, and Liaz meets his demise as well.
I can't believe he milks that one-way smoke for a double. Like, that's crazy. Just goes back to the other side and hits him up again. 1 kill for Alistair. That's Hardzao. He was softened up at the start of the round by the triple nades on Silo. They also win that fight on a Zevy. Nekis and Skullz are now having a look outside, and this is where you would have loved some of that util left over. The fact that you're trapped out here with the bomb is so far from ideal. Damage done from Alistair, but there's the heaven component to deal with him, and so paiN get that one back under wraps. Big Azera, the hero of that round, for my money. Great stuff from him with the glaive one-way down in secret.
Yeah, I mean, not only on the T side is he an absolute nuisance. He does it on the CT side with his own gimmicks and plays. I love that. I mean, you're right. The audacity to go for number 2. You know you've got the one-way, but you're expecting fire.
You could have just gone like 5v4 up and been like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm going to win the round.
He's like, no, I'm gonna go to the other side of the one-way and use the left side peak to nail the trade attempt. It's smart. It's not like he did that in some super risky way. He just knows what the attempted counterplay to that is going to be, and he puts a stop to it.
How many's he getting?
3.
What's 2?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Actually, maybe he does have a chance as Big Azera will grab himself a pair of frags as well. Rips them straight off the rack.
I'm not worried yet. I'm not worried yet. Give them a few, let them build up. It's what they did in the first half. It's all about building up the opponent just to break them down, crush them, make it even more painful.
Yeah, they subscribe to the mental warfare of Counter-Strike.
Exactly. Yeah.
We want them to think they've got a chance and then take it from them. You know, imagine if we get 2 like flawless trades of halves. Like, if paiN get another 7-round run, well, that wouldn't be possible. Alex, hang on. If paiN get themselves another 7-round, yeah, it would be possible. They've already got 3. I just did 10 plus 7.
Yeah,
I was like, that's not the number.
I feel you,
Yeah.
but
they've already played some rounds.
they've already got 3, so
got to be in maths somehow. My mum gave me £100.
that's awesome.
It was awesome. It was the only incentive I had. It was the only one I got beaten. But
you could buy like 10p sweets with
Yeah,
that.
what did you buy with it?
I actually can't remember. My £100. I did spend all of my driving lesson money, not on driving lessons as well.
Naughty.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was smart.
Can you drive?
No.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, bit of a
I hope it was
bit of a
worth it.
cappuccino,
I hope the
Harry.
memories are there, though. You know, the memories. Clearly it all went to a good cause.
Just £250 at the Weatherspoons, you know.
Damn. That's a lot of milk.
A lot of milk. Out of context, Lucy is just going to be...
Dude, I know, it's going to be its own thing.
Someone make a Twitter account. Someone makes out of context Lucy. Watch this from
It's
next.
always
That
in
is
context.
A pixel. Boop, boop. Is the sound I think it should make.
Not the sound it did make.
No.
Zevy here. That's smoke. They're just wanting to fight through this. A little risky. And oh my god, they're just getting mowed down. Zevy has about 3 seconds to line that shot up because he only had 3 bullets. So why not take your time? And wow, that's given the man advantage to paiN, and they have to just walk on back.
Oh, that's a nasty death. A good angle as well. That's when Hardzao profits onto Ins. And Zevy with a reaggress. Now, this is categorically unnecessary, but look what it's given him. He's just calling lobby clear. Sicko could lose the bomb in the round here, but he doesn't. A dink to
but it's all to save. Just to get out with the AWP and the AK, and even the AK's denied. Sicko dead on the cross, and Alistair, at least he gets out with the big ticket item, the AWP. Yeah, you know, that little play into ramp from Grayhound, it's unorthodox. You've probably never seen anyone try to take ramp like that before, and with good reason. There's only so much that you can hope to accomplish on the smoke rush there. If it was just a solo ramp hold, it would have been a different story, but paiN, they'd already moved the second man over. They were ready for that. And so Grayhound, they might have looked good to open up the round, but it goes astray in the mid-round.
Now they've got this weird situation where they've got the saved AWP for Alistair and everyone else is on the half bite. So Alistair feels like he has to do something, but Zevy had taken so much control early that he just goes down for free.
That's actually such a... it's a recurring theme I'm starting to notice when a team does save a T-side AWP, on the rare occasion. The counterplay tends to be just expecting something ramp because you want to be the playmaker, right?
Yeah.
It's likely that you're not going to find too much going on silo and yard with the default CT setup. So Zevy just immediately goes straight looking. And Alistair, feeling like he has to make that play, steps straight into the line of fire, did not have the spawn for the peak. Incendiary down. Orb recovered.
Yeah, Vexite's holding it. You
He's got
think
Kev.
Sicko would be the guy to pick it up,
True.
just given he is normally the secondary AWPer here, and we saw it earlier. So we'll see. Maybe Vexite's an AWPer as well. Flash through. Zevy hits the shot. Nekez as well. And that ramp hit falls just as successfully as the one last round.
Everyone's an AWPer. Look at it. They juggle it around. Now it's Inz's turn. He would love to save this, but paiN aren't going to let him save this. Yeah, there, he's gone. Nice Deeg. Good little flick back round, but Skullz pressures him, and I like that awareness from paiN, right? If it was, you know, because it's one of these guys with like 2K left saving the gun, that would have been sick. You would have had like the buy here with the AWP in play. Now you're going to have 4 rifles, and Alistair just a little worse off down on the Galil.
Yeah, not ideal, but...
But if we're being honest, this is where paiN can really flex. Like, if they win this round, sure, the loss bonus is maxed out for Grayhound. That's all well and good. But without a plant here, even that is like a tenuous investment. It will probably be a partial buy. I don't see them risking it all on an investment up against 13.
Yeah, and paiN haven't had to rely on the usual candidates as well. Skullz, Zevy, not at the top of the scoreboard. It's Biggie Zera, Hardzao with 18 and 15 respectively.
The utility for the A hit comes through. Counter utility slows things down, but then Lias gets the opener. Skullz on top, gets one, falls on back. So much time to reload. Hardstyle able to get a couple. Skullz is there to deal with Alistair.
Wow, I'd heard some desk and fists.
Honestly, I heard what sounded like a desk getting chopped in half.
That's me when I'm having a bad game.
No, me too, actually. I have a bit of a bad habit. And I do like the full woodsman, like a karate chop, just... It's insane. It gets some of the frustration out, you know, as opposed to just viciously slamming my microphone muted. I take it out on my peripheral. And I'm not a particularly angry person. But, you know, Counter-Strike.
You're like Apex, you know, like you're very emotional, and it comes across, and that's why you're so much fun to play with and against.
Yeah,
know? Like, because when you're on a team, I think you bring a lot to it, but then when you're against you, and if I ever land like a nice one tap, and I feel that death slam, I'm like, oh, I know, I know that one got to him.
Was one of the main reasons I loved playing competitive video games from the get-go, from the rip, was knowing that when I've done something sick, someone else is mad. That is half of the appeal, if not more.
Dude, that's why
no,
but it's good. Like, that's why the internet's so sick, because I love that I'm like ruining someone's day on the other side of the world. I'm like, well.
But now we get to be commentators, and some people's days are ruined just by our existence. You know, that's cool too.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, somehow we're in their heads rent-free. And this is free real estate. Across Secret.
Nice space taken. What are you going to do with it?
Good smoke. Hardstyle's got it down early, but it does just mean that they're all going to be kind of congregating down towards this lower site, and they've had time to get 2 CTs over here. You can see he wants to make it really clear he's acting like he's a solo player, and Big Uzera might get some easy frags.
This double setup, I mean, okay. One player misses the timing. In fact, both are where they don't need to be. Inns finds Hardstyle. M4 picked up. Big Uzera fallen back. They've got a second player as well. Nekez is here. But Grayhound have the advantage. They don't need to push the issue immediately. Open the door to bait out the position. Big Uzera has definitely been spotted. And Nekez is feeling the pressure. Has to fall to more passive angle, taking the fight to control. But Vexite trades. Big Uzera now out on an island on the silo. Solo there. Lias is looking for this fight outside. Again, so much time to work with.
Oh, Lias, the timing's unfortunate. Skullz will get the better of him. They creep up the vent, but they needed that. Skullz has got them boxed in. A second man gives it a go. He runs out of ammo. Vexite counts his lucky stars that he's given away to win that one. Zevy, they won't be ready for this. There is not a world in which you're considering a fast hut flank, surely. He's in the position to steal this one away.
Yeah, I mean, Vexite's going to be furious, especially because he's coming in
from heaven. It's a heaven plant. They've got a player up there, Inns.
Team's there. Call it clear now. Should be a plant. Does Inns have it covered? Yes, he does! Oh, Sicko especially is very happy to see that one. I think he felt like he had the frag that was required, but recovered by an absent magazine. Now, Inns and Vexite to post their first T round here on Nuke. A 6-round streak. Looking to be extended as Big Uzera does isolate the one-on-one with 8 HP. There's very little margins in it. Inns is good for the conversion. And there it is, Grayhound get off of the starting line. It only took them 6, and on the 7th they strike. Down to a one-on-one as well. Third stage loss bonus.
That wasn't stressful at all for a Grayhound fan. Oh my god, they get this lovely opener, catch the perfect timing. paiN had such a good setup to do with Secret. They knew they were all there, and still they fumble it. Just the timing caught off, not ready for Grayhound to walk on through. M4 gets passed on over, and then they come up the vents right where Skullz is standing.
If the A1S was never nerfed, this game would be over right now.
Touché.
Alistair posted, but they've already made it into Secret. It's kind of crazy that Big Uzera is here. Normally the AWP on top silo is meant to counter the Secret cross, right? So the fact that he's made it in comes as a bit of a surprise to Grayhound, but you've still got that AWP to hold it down if Big Uzera tries to peek. Lias in the door. There's 2 here. They will try and pressure him. That's the setup. The accidental jump is so far from ideal. The accidental scroll wheel throws that whole fight into a weird Twilight Zone. And now Grayhound are a man down with nothing to show for it. Oh, well, that was the chance to get the trade.
Yeah.
Now you will not be getting that again, so enjoy the 4v5.
Yeah, essentially. Zevy will fire off a warning shot, so it feels like there's at least 2 to worry about. Yard that's going to get you going towards this ramp side. And yeah, Zevy's actually managed to catch Inns. That's a big connection all the way from back spawn. Nekis hears them coming and does just dip. Doesn't want to lose that advantage, which is just paiN for Grayhound.
Here's the classic main drop with an AWP.
Yep, we've all seen this one before.
Ardzal's holding for it because obviously we've all seen it before. Okay, they are going to come back towards A. Skullz in a good position. Sicko is going to spot him out. Now Skullz has to fall back to CT. There's Alistair striking. They know where Skullz is. The flames flushing him out and he burns alive. Alistair goes down to Zevy though, up in heaven, falls on back, keeps the advantage for paiN for now.
3 on 5.
Off the vent. They're off the vent. Oh, back turned and Bigazera does them in. 14 for paiN. They were holding for the climb up the ladder, and in the exact moment that they looked away, Bigazera moves up. Dude, oh, Grayhound, that one's going to hurt. paiN have got their number on this CT side. Dude, I wanted to talk about the Alistair main drop. It was actually really sick what he did. He threw the smoke's off main as he drops, and so they think that he's going to try and wrap outside. That's why he gets like a free chance at that fight to top hut. I thought that was going to be enough. I really did. The rotate was so fast out of Zevy and Bigazera though.
They're coming hit. Thick and fast. Smoke's down. Looking over is Zevy. Bigazera was thinking about the same as it's Ins that braves the grey screen towards this warehouse position. Zevy will have eyes on it when he considers it. He's got that internal timer and just dismounts. Now exposed. 2 misses from Zevy. A big posting from Ins. That is a dream scenario now for Grayhound. They have the opening. They have map control and the AWP's out of the equation. Certainly possible for retrieval, but right now, Nekis in the lockers and locked down.
Right, you shouldn't be ready for Bigazera. This is free. Right, that one's free, but now they know where he is, and that's a lot of room, right? When it's Bigazera getting that kill, it's like, oh, he's the guy that's normally B. So now they look to take the space. Now they've got ramp, they've got lower. This should be unlosable. Liaz needs to control the rotates, but is only good for 1. And maybe that 1 kill, that trade, maybe that gives paiN a reason to give this a look in.
I think the referees need to reinforce the desks if they let this one slip. This has to be a Grayhound round.
Bomb goes down. Alistair's going to get up close, and I don't think they're going for it.
Yeah,
the money's not there. They want to play it safe. So they can probably recover that AWP up towards heaven. So Zevy gets another chance after missing a couple of opportunities that round. Ins gets gifted those, and Grayhound in the end get gifted the round.
Yeah, it feels like Zevy's just in his own head a little bit. It's uncharacteristic. He had 8 frags on Inferno. It's just we haven't seen an underperformance like that from him before. And he has got such a gangster name. Wow, how have we not been calling him Romeo Rocco?
Romeo Rocco.
Romeo Rocco.
Can you roll any of those R's?
Romeo Rocco.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Romeo
Rocco.
Romeo?
Wherefore art thou?
Romeo, deny thy father. No, wait.
Go on.
Refuse thy name. No.
No.
Romeo, father.
I had to study this too.
Yeah.
I literally don't know how I don't know it, but it's only one guy's writing. I doubt he even did any other good things.
He did one with a Skullz.
Skullz. There's a lot of Will.i.am Shakespeare here now.
Deny my father, refuse my name, if thou will not be but swore my love, for I will no longer be a Capulet.
There we go.
That's the line. Juliet at the window.
And from Capulets to capitulation, as we see Skullz with no info on this cross. They do slink down, and no rotation immediately. Just one man down there. He's been there, burrowed in. You can see Zevy just flirting with the rotation now. Now, utility-wise, he can smoke it, but he has the AWP. It's kind of not in his best interest. He'd rather get one, get out. Not going to be easy to do so from vents, and therefore this angle makes a whole lot of sense.
Scoots up all the way back so it doesn't get heard. Then he can walk up the stairs to a better angle, holding it through. Holding for the boost, in fact. Very common setup. Flames come over, strikes first. Sicko goes down, Zevy falls back. Liaz activates in towards the lobby, trying to take the control there. And surely another rotation comes down to B as well.
Yeah, again, this advantage just so consistently paiN's. And I will remind you, 3rd map, should we require it, Anubis.
Aussies are good at that, I hear.
Yeah, I've been hearing whispers. Something about operating under extreme sunshine. Zevy in this dark position. Safe from the flash. Neck is a real power position and should be it. Oh, he gets Ins down and finished off by Bigazera. Zevy should be a dead man. Gets a chance to pose in front of the flames
Wow.
and executes onto it. No! Zevy with style points. That is what we've grown to expect from him. A triple in the round, and it puts him up on 15. This is an 8-round haul already from paiN Gaming here on the defense. 2 is all Grayhound have been able to muster. We need to see a 5-round run. It seems, from what we've been given so far from Grayhound's T-side, they just don't have the capacity.
Yeah, man, I mean, now that Zevy's doing stuff like this, I mean, he's well and truly back online. Romeo's let down his golden locks, and paiN are climbing a safety on this one, aren't they?
Oh, that's for sure.
Grayhound with a low buy, couple of AKs, couple of Tech 9s, and not a hope in hell here. 5 rounds the difference, and paiN looking to take us to Anubis.
Kissing frogs, but only finding toads at the moment. Now they're going to be hitting onto the A bomb site. Skullz misses the opportunity. Inz gets the kill. Hearts out now, steps up for 2. Alistair and Liaz find 2 apiece as well. An advantage for Grayhound and a site taken. Molotov going to keep Nekez at bay.
Yeah, they know he's there, so it's just one question mark in Big Uzera. Working in from main side. Say that, yeah.
Oh, he's throwing the long range one way.
That's
for
cool.
heaven. Oh, but that's not right.
not it.
He missed it.
Yeah, he can't really use that one. It's just like a little bit of a vape cloud for him to try and get himself through.
Oh, they still want to commit with this, even with the miss one way. Yeah, that's kind of, oh God, it's so awkward. And they lose everything trying to go for that. Oh dear. Yeah, you know, so the awkward thing about that, right? So it is a lineup you can throw. It's not like the hardest lineup either. It just normally lands up on top of that bucket that the smoke landed next to in this instance. And that's super problematic because the guy in heaven didn't go and check it. Obviously, that's the whole point of having someone else throw it for you. You just have the faith that Big Uzera nailed the nade. Then they commit with the flash. They can see the guy coming out heaven. There's no smoke down for him. That's super awkward. They get lulled into a false sense of security with that smoke there. And it's given Grayhound a potential way back into this map.
Forced into it. Zevy, oh, almost an opportunity. Definitely spotted that player crossing, and they know everyone's down here. The rotations come on through, but that bomb's well onto the site. Sicko's taking ground. Big Uzera spots him with his back turn, and Nekez is able to collect the kill. And with this forced investment, it's definitely on a kit on Zevy's back. They can close it out. With a shot like that, it gets all the more enticing. Nekez looking for another fight, but Alistair Slammer comes through. And now it's a 3-on-3. Flames at the ramp. And no chance, surely, to come into this.
Yeah, Alistair just did. It looked like he was refusing to lose that round. It's like, I will not have this happen. Not the 5v3, not on my watch. A necessary 2-piece out of Alistair. And so, yeah, the second of this 5-round run secured. If they want to see overtime, if they want that 2-map close. Some big scouts on their road to this battle. This is a battle for the playoffs. I will remind you, paiN Gaming and Grayhound have impressed over in Group C. And now, yeah, it feels like they just have to putt it in to take us to 3. But certainly not a certainty. Good crosshair placement. That was the second shot out of Alistair. Boom. Zoom. How many onomatopoeias can we fit into this one round?
How many onomatopoeias?
Yeah.
That's like where sounds are words?
Words that sound like they sound.
Squelch is
Very
the
good.
sound as he drops down the vent.
Oh.
I don't have any more.
Boom is the kills from Hardzao coming. 3 quick ones in the hut. The bomb gets away from Grayhound, and they might be all bark, no bite in the end of this series. Hardzao brought down low. Nekez fighting with a USP.
Alistair's stubborn. Inz too. Perhaps they can combine to overcome the odds. There is still limited buy for Big Uzera and Nekez. They're unarmored. And there's one. This should be a good Tech 9 frag, but he didn't clear Big Uzera. Oh, a chance. A little chance, a glimmer if he can find the double or survive. And only Inz. It's only Inz. Big Uzera's hit the Deagle headshot, and now Inz. Oh, he's feeling helpless. A good damage. Come on. Big Uzera gets away with a scrap of HP. Up the ladder loudly. Towards the top site he goes. Indicates
no one's here.
his
No one's
descent.
playing ball.
Oh, found one.
Big
The bomb.
Uzera down. And Lucy, maybe Grayhound have some hope.
There's a chance here. 1v2, 2 HP on Big Uzera. Zevy is holding the cross though, and Inz is walking straight into it. paiN take Nuke.
Bang. Boom. Bosh. That is map 2 in the bag.
What a way to close, man. paiN have got some fight in them, don't they? For Grayhound, they're going to have to try and realize this across all 3 maps. For paiN, they've got to hope that the good times can keep rolling in and they can carry this momentum through to the 3rd and final map of Anubis.
Zing.